wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
How about now? You still wired in?
And what was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
Wow.
Understandable crash out. I'm here.
I'm Sophie.
And today we're watching The Social Network. This was Oscar winner 3 times, okay? Sophie recommended this movie, and considering what's happening as of right now, as of dropping it right now on Patreon, YouTube, y'all are really late. Y'all need to subscribe to that Patreon. TikTok is going down. So I guess it's a perfect time to look at the story of the rise of Facebook. So make sure you smash that like button and comment and subscribe for The Social Network. And so he's gonna tell you about that Patreon.
And guys, don't forget to look at our description for our Patreon. Not only 1 week, but 2-week early access for full-length movie and show. No sync required. And let's get right into it. I am excited to watch this.
Why?
Because they have some actors that I like.
There are really more people in China with genius IQs than the entire
The Phoenix is the
population.
most diverse. The Fly Club, Roosevelt punched the pork.
Which one?
The porcelain, the pork, it's
I can imagine this is exactly what it's like to talk to Mark Zuckerberg in real life. And they picked a really good actor. He's good for this role. I can already tell.
Yeah, but not because I seen the movie, but Mark Zuckerberg actually didn't like how they portrayed him in this movie. All I know is that's not the woman he married to now.
I want to try to be straightforward with you and tell you that I think you might want to be a little more supportive. If I get in, I will be taking you to the events and the gatherings, and you'll be meeting a lot of people you wouldn't normally get to meet.
So who is this? This is Erica.
Well, I want to try and be straightforward with you and let you know that we're not anymore.
What do you mean?
We're not dating anymore, I'm sorry.
Dang.
That was actually a little rude of him to say, I'm not gonna lie.
I think we should just be friends.
I don't want friends.
I was just being polite. I have no intention of being friends with
I'm under
you.
some pressure right now from my OS class, and if we could just order some food.
I can already see why Mark Zuckerberg doesn't like how he's being portrayed already.
Yeah,
in
because
this
they're making
scene.
him seem like
this
he's...
is so weird. This is so
Yeah.
weird. Why is he acting like this? This is one thing to be very obsessed or like motivated by final clubs, but it's like the way he's talking and acting. He's like, what's the word for it?
But I feel like that's how they're just portraying
Like
him. I don't think he really acts like that in real life.
I know, but is he acting like very insensitive?
Erica Albright's a bitch. Do you think that's because her family changed their name from Albrecht? Or do you think it's because all BU girls are bitches?
Oh, yo,
what is this?
What? So why is he holding this in? He don't like her or something? No, you know what this is? This is anger.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is anger.
But what is this that he's posting to?
The truth is, she has a nice face. I need to do something to take my mind off her. Easy enough, except I need an idea.
This is his thing where he posts it's like Twitter before Twitter.
Honestly, this is giving Dan off of Gossip Girl.
Billy Olsen's sitting here and had the idea of putting some of the pictures next to pictures of farm animals and have people vote on who's hotter.
Yo, that's
So
crazy.
clearly there were already sites where you were able, I guess, to post things about people, but it just wasn't Facebook.
You can literally see bro, you can see the passion in what he does.
They keep everything open and allow indexes in their Apache configuration, so a little wget magic is all that's necessary to download the entire Kirkland Facebook. Kid stuff.
And I think he must have got the name Facebook from something else.
Right, because he keeps saying Kirkland Facebook.
Yeah.
That must have been something else before he made
Facebook.
Are you all right? I need you. I'm here for you. No, I need the algorithm used to rank chess players.
Are you okay?
We're ranking girls.
You mean other students?
Yeah.
You think this is such a good idea?
I need the algorithm.
All right.
I need the algorithm.
So, this Eduardo
Dude is like his
that
best friend.
has to be the right-hand man of Mark Zuckerberg. I could already tell. And mind you, he did this fueled by the breakup with Erica.
Yeah, based off the movie at least.
Right or left?
It's my roommate. This is pathetic.
And they see it? Or I guess because they're just around the guys.
You know what? I get it now. I get it.
The network's down. Unless it's a coincidence, I think this is us.
It's not a coincidence.
He looks so happy about it.
That's what I'm saying. It makes him happy.
So you were called in front of the ad board.
That's not what happened.
You weren't called in front of the administrative board.
No, that's back at the bar with Erica Albright. She said all that?
Mark.
That I said that stuff to her.
I was reading from the transcript of her deposition.
Why would you even need to depose her?
That's really for us to decide.
You think if I know she can make me look like a jerk, I'll be more likely to
Mark,
settle?
why don't we stretch our legs for a minute? Can we do that? It's been almost 3 hours, and frankly, you did spend an awful lot of time embarrassing Mr.
Oh, wow. So Mark, he has always been in trouble when it comes to things.
Right, he had his lawyer ready.
22,000 page requests. 22,000? Cam, this guy hacked a Facebook of 7 houses. He set up the whole website in one night, and he did it while he was drunk. 22,000.
He hacked the Facebook. It's not like Facebook was a site, but it was probably like a hyperlink on the Kirkland website called like Facebook. And that's probably where he got the name from.
Mr. Zuckerberg, this is an administrative board hearing. You're being accused of intentionally breaching security.
Yo, he's so unserious.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of security for all computers on the Harvard network, and I can assure you of its sophistication. In fact, it was that level of sophistication that led us to you in less than 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yes, sir.
That would be impressive, except if you had known what you were looking for, you would have seen it written on my dorm room window.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, they really are portraying him like he's like an a-hole.
That's how you make it. That's really how you make a name. You really gotta, I guess, not submit
to rules, basically.
Yeah, he's basically telling like, y'all system suck.
Right.
I don't care who you are.
That basically is what he's saying.
Who knows? The first few pages are reserved for hardware flags, etc. Assume page table entries have 8 status bits.
Pretty sure that was a note from Erica.
Yeah.
That note really hit him.
Yeah, it really hurt him. He really liked Erica.
You Mark Zuckerberg? You got a minute?
You guys look like you spent some time at the gym.
We have to.
Why?
We wrote crew.
Yeah, I've got a minute.
Great.
Can they just talk in the hallway? Because I'll say there's no way they're about to beat him up, but
They seem like they have a vision.
yeah.
See, it's always the person with the talent, and then there's always the person with the vision that sees the talent.
And then the person with the money.
And then the person
With
they
the
probably got the
equipment.
they probably got the money too. Who knows?
You invented something in high school too, right?
An app for an MP3 player that recognizes your taste in music.
Maybe you're trying to buy it?
Microsoft.
How much?
Didn't sell it, uploaded it for free.
For free?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Why?
So he was already doing stuff.
He been doing stuff. So we are getting thrown into this not even at the very, very beginning.
Right.
He got an offer from Microsoft.
I mean, we need a gifted programmer who's creative, and we know that you've been taking it to shins.
Women's groups are ready to declare a fatwa. But, you know, this could help rehabilitate your image.
Wow. You would do that for me.
But they're going to want to cut.
We'd like to work with you.
Our first programmer graduated and went to work for Google. Our second programmer just got overwhelmed with schoolwork. We would need you to build the site, write the code, and we'll provide all the...
I'm in.
Awesome.
Honestly, that's all you need. Like, when it comes down to, like, success in a sense.
Wait.
Do you remember answering in the affirmative?
The affirmative.
When did you come to Eduardo with the idea for Facebook?
It was called The Facebook then.
This doesn't need to be that difficult.
I said I'd help.
When did you approach Mr. Savrin with the idea for the Facebook?
I wouldn't say I approached him.
Sigh.
You can answer the question.
Wait a second. So we hopped on this when Facebook was already in its beginning stages. He already made some like Facebook.
Yeah.
It was called Kirkland's Facebook.
That's what he just made.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I thought Kirkland's Facebook was something that was already happening and he was just using it. No, he made that.
Yeah, I think he just made it blow up even more that.
I'm confused about the pacing because now he was in those. They was interviewing him and he
was in the deposition.
It was
But I'm
awesome.
confused is how do they know that those two guys approached him and asked if he wanted to build the Harvard EDU website?
People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that? Friends, pictures, profiles, whatever you can visit, browse around. Maybe it's someone you just met at a party. But I'm not talking about a dating site. I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
That's what he did. Facebook profile. Update
Okay,
status.
but that's what's confusing.
It would be exclusive.
That's what I'm saying. Him at those meetings, they need to put like a timestamp or something and tell us that this is clearly in the future because it keeps confusing me. They keep jumping to this.
It was a big project, and he was going to have to write tens of thousands of lines of code. So I wondered why he was coming to me and not his roommates, Dustin Moskovitz and Chris Hughes. They were programmers.
We're going to need a little startup cash to rent the servers and get it online.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. Because that seemed like that's something that's all the way in the future.
They're suggesting I was jealous of Eduardo for getting punched by the Phoenix and began a plan to screw him out of a company I hadn't even invented yet.
Were you?
Gretchen.
Jealous of Eduardo.
Oh, stop typing. We're off the
Ma'am,
record.
I know you've done your homework, and so you know that money isn't a big part of my life, but at the moment I could buy Mount Auburn Street, take the Phoenix Club, and turn it into my ping pong room.
Whoa.
So, okay, seems like just based on that, he maybe cheated Eduardo out. So Eduardo is suing him. So that's why they're
But
all.
that's what I'm
That's why he's
saying.
in that lawsuit because
That's what's confusing me. In these rooms, this is way in the future when Facebook is already a thing.
yeah.
He said even his most pathetic friends knew more about getting people interested in a website than these guys.
These guys, meaning my clients.
Yes, Mark resented that your clients thought that he needed to rehabilitate his image after Face Smash. Mark didn't want to rehabilitate anything. With Face Smash, he'd hacked into the Harvard computers, he'd thumbed his nose at the ad board, he'd gotten a lot of notoriety. Face Smash did exactly what he wanted it to do.
Were you aware that while Mr. Zuckerberg was building the Facebook, he was also communicating with the plaintiffs?
Not at the time, I wasn't, but...
Seemed like he lying.
Yeah, pause it real quick.
Seems
Yeah,
like
because I had to
like
because now
lying.
now that I'm seeing all of this right now, so clearly, okay, it was the twin brothers that sued. That's most likely suing Mark.
After he did that whole thing with the face mash, it cut to a scene in him in one of the rooms. I mean, clearly that was a cut to the future. I'm thinking they cut to him getting in trouble.
Right.
That was a cut into the future. Correct us if we're wrong. They need to put timestamps right
Yeah,
now.
I think they should do that. It is
Because don't lie, it's a little confusing.
Was building the Facebook, he was leading the plaintiffs to believe he was building Harvard Connection.
You're offering a conclusion not found in evidence.
We are about to find it in evidence.
right, and they're basically saying
He was doing stuff behind her back, like you already
basically,
said.
yeah.
Sent me Harvard Connection, and it seems like it shouldn't take too long to implement, so we can talk about it after I get all the basic...
I get it.
He said yes to them to use their system.
He was using their money to do what he wanted.
Basically.
Sorry I was unreachable tonight. I just got about 3 of your missed calls. I was working on a problem set for my systems class.
That's why he responded so fast when he saw...
Basically, Mark Zuckerberg used people's money to do what he wanted. That's what is given
in
off
their
right
system,
now.
right?
Yeah.
Because they had connects, they already had something going on for themselves.
Hey, guess what? I made the second cut.
That's good. You should be proud of that right there. Don't worry if you don't make it any further.
You should be proud of that right there.
Yeah, that was a weird type of compliment.
That was a weird response.
You sent 36 emails to Mr. Zuckerberg and received 16 emails in return, and this was the first time he indicated he was not happy.
That's correct. You had 42 days to study your system and get out ahead.
Do you see any of your code on Facebook?
Could
Mark, did I use any of your code?
You stole our whole goddamn idea.
Fellas,
Match.com for
can I
Harvard,
continue
guys.
with my deposition?
You know, you really don't need a forensics team to get to the bottom of this. If you guys were the inventors of Facebook, you'd have invented Facebook.
I can't wait to stand over your shoulder and watch you write us a check.
No shit.
I mean, it don't seem like he used their code. He seemed like he just used whatever they were going to
used the money.
He used the money for himself, basically.
I know he didn't use their idea.
Yeah, because he was already thinking about it before. Because they did mention something about MySpace and the Friendster website. And he did use those two things to get an idea for Facebook.
Mark?
He just got an idea from that guy.
Yeah. Well, he hustled for 42 days, basically. Based on what they said in the deposition, yeah. Based on the timeline of like when he was supposed to start on their project until the last message he said, saying something bad happened.
But you're right. Relationship status. Interested in. People are gonna log on because after all the cake and watermelon, there's a chance they're actually gonna
get laid.
Meet a girl. Yes.
So he lied. I already knew he was lying. Because as you can see here, Eduardo, whatever his name is, knew what he was doing. He knew he was doing Facebook.
Of course he knew.
Right, but then why did he say he didn't?
Because why would he can make him lose the case.
The site's live.
You know, let's go get a drink and celebrate. Mark.
Like he said, the site is on, and he seemed like it's probably like a, oh wow, I can't believe I did it type of reaction.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so he recognized something immediately.
What?
Yeah. He just recognized the maybe outline.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg? He stole our website. It's been live for more than 36 hours.
See, okay, when you put it like that, he did technically steal this. He did. Because you need a Harvard PSU to even.
Well, I think because that was his target audience when it first started.
We don't know. They wrote Zuckerberg said he hoped the privacy options would help restore his reputation following student outrage over facesmash.com. It's exactly what we said to him. He's giving us the finger in the crimson.
He did.
Okay.
He did. He literally stole everything they told him.
Yeah.
Because they did say that. They said they said it's gonna restore his reputation, and then now he's saying he brought that up and he said it.
I went to my friend for the money because that's who I wanted to be partners with. Eduardo was the president of the Harvard Investors Association, and he was also my best friend.
Your best friend is suing you for $600 million.
See?
I didn't know that. Tell me more.
Sophie, I told you. He's not on his side. I knew he was suing him too. He's lying.
He's suing, but then he's not answering all the questions straight up either. You're right. Eduardo is suing him, but then it's like the way he's answering the questions is like he's not trying to get himself in any form of involvement. Because clearly, if he's suing Mark, why would he say that he knew everything was happening? Because as of now, it's still showing Mark and Eduardo are still friends. So clearly, something had to happen to make them not friends.
It's going back and forth.
I know.
So we're gonna get to eventually them not being friends.
Yeah.
But so far, I don't know why. We get it. We already know why the twins are suing.
Yeah, but we don't know why.
We don't know why Eduardo is. I don't know.
I'm Stuart Singer. I'm in your OS lab.
Sure.
Awesome job with the Facebook.
Awesome job.
Thanks.
I'm Bob.
How you doing?
You know, I could swear he was looking at you when he said the next Bill Gates could be right in this room.
I doubt it.
And I showed up late. I don't even know who the speaker was.
It was Bill Gates.
Okay. Even I knew that was Bill Gates, and I didn't even acknowledge it. Clearly, it looked like him.
In the movie?
Just now, that was the one speaking to them. I just didn't acknowledge it because I think it was important. Because I was thinking about something else.
Look at me. The letter says we could face legal action.
No, it says I could face legal action.
This is from a lawyer, Mark. They must feel they have some grounds.
The lawyer is their father's house counsel.
Do they have grounds?
The grounds are our thing is cool and popular and Harvard connection is lame. Wardo, I didn't use any of their code. I promise. I didn't use anything. Look, a guy who builds a nice chair doesn't owe money to everyone who ever has built a chair, okay? They came to me with an idea. I had a better one.
Why didn't you show me this letter?
I didn't think it was a big deal.
I don't know, Mark. I don't know.
I feel like we need more detail because
Mark.
he's really claiming like he didn't use their code.
I don't know, Mark.
So
it
it's like...
sounds a little off, buddy. I don't believe you.
This is our thing. Now, is there anything that you need to tell me? No.
Look, and he's not being straight up with his best friend.
Mr. Zuckerberg, do I have your full attention?
You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing. Did I adequately answer your condescending question?
Oh. Oh, wow.
Bro, he can do all this, right? I'm not saying he don't got a little aura. I'm not saying the aura isn't there. But it's the fact that he's literally like...
Well, we don't know how much of that he's lying yet.
You're lying, buddy.
We still didn't see the
lying.
entire blueprint. We gotta wait to see how did he really do all
Clearly,
of
he
it.
led them on. That's my point. Like, that's the part where it's making me go like...
So I guess the thing is, despite that it was their idea, he did all the work at the end of the day. He didn't use them because...
I get it, yeah.
It was brought up to him. He used what was accessible to him, and he made it better. It's not like he was going back and forth with them trying to get more information. So in his defense, I get it, you know?
The Facebook.
You called me a bitch on the internet, Mark.
That's why I wanted to talk to you. If we
On
could
the internet.
That's why I came over.
Comparing women to farm animals.
See, I knew it. Yeah.
And you published that Erica Albright was a bitch right before you made some ignorant crack about my family's name, my bra size, and then rated women based on their hotness.
He definitely did all that. They definitely did.
We have to expand.
Oh, Mark?
You know what's crazy? It seems like Erica is fueling this whole Facebook thing. Like, literally.
Eduardo is CFO and owns 30% of the company. Dustin is vice president and head of programming, and his 5% of the company will come from my end. Chris is director of publicity, and his compensation will depend on the amount of work he ends up doing. Any questions?
Who are the girls?
Sorry,
The way he just broke that all down is like...
That's how you know he really standing on business.
Yeah, he gave boss energy, literally.
What are you doing?
Checking in to see how it's going in Bosnia.
Bosnia. They don't have roads, but they have Facebook. You must really hate the Winkovosses.
I don't hate anybody. The Winklevi aren't suing me for intellectual property theft. They are suing me because for the first time in their lives, things didn't work out the way they were supposed to for them.
Yeah. So, okay, let me pause it right there. So, first off, that tells me everything I need to know, Mark. You clearly took some of their outline and some of their ideas, some of their words, and used it for your own because you don't like them. Not because you hate them, but because you have some sort of animosity for them. Because you even saying that.
But I think that's because they sued him. But I think that's because they sued him. Because in the beginning, he
could care less for them.
He
That's
didn't.
all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
basically, like
he don't care about them.
He
Was like, oh, y'all helping me. I don't care about whatever y'all got
Right.
going on. Y'all can help me do what I want. Bet I'm in. That's why he said it so fast.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
He don't care. He don't care. He don't even. He really. He really don't even care about them suing him. That's why he was so nonchalant in these depositions because he's like, I don't really care. I don't even care enough to hate them. Like for the first time in their life.
But the way they're portraying him,
they not me.
But the way they're portraying him is really making like Mark Zuckerberg come off like a very like careless.
And that's
person.
why Mark Zuckerberg hates this movie.
This is what we needed. We're going to Summers.
Well, you can't get a meeting with Larry Summers.
My brother and I, we pay tuition at this school. We carry a 3.9 GPA at this school. We won trophies for this school, and we'll be rowing in the Olympics for this school. I want a meeting with the goddamn president of this school.
That's really how it works.
But I think it's also like, how can they prove that Mark Zuckerberg stole their information?
You don't know my name, do you?
Is it Stanford?
How do you go to a party and you meet
Amelia
somebody?
Ritter, but you prefer Amy. You're from Orinda. Your father's in commercial real estate, and your mother's 10 years sober.
What's my major?
Trombone.
Really?
Is this why he wants to move to Stanford? To help people hook up?
Oh, you talking about like him expanding the site?
Yes, to help people do this, to connect. Because it looks like it's working. Because if it wasn't for Facebook, he wouldn't have known none of that information.
Right.
I just slept with Sean Parker.
You just slipped on Sean Parker.
You're a zillionaire.
Not technically.
What are you?
Broke. There's not a lot of money in free music, even less when you're being sued by everyone who's ever been to the Grammys.
This is blowing my mind.
I appreciate that.
I gotta hop in the shower and get ready for class.
See, and Eduardo was kind of ahead of his time by saying, we need to put ads on this.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, people had the ideas, but putting ads on stuff, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't a thing.
Right. But he was also saying that because it would help monetize them too.
That's the point.
Yeah.
The Facebook? Stanford's had it for like 2 weeks now. It's really awesome, except it's freakishly addictive. Seriously, I'm on the thing like 5 times a day.
Mind if I send myself an email?
Oh, so wait, he didn't know about this. I'm sorry for coming at you, Sean. You know all that information without Facebook. I'm sorry.
In the Harvard Student Handbook, which is distributed to each freshman, under the heading Standards of Conduct in the Harvard Community, it says the college expects all students to be honest and forthcoming in their dealings with members in this community. Students are required to respect public and private ownership, and instances of theft, misappropriation,
And
yes, sir.
Punch me in the face. Go ahead.
Clearly he don't care. You know I think why he don't care? Because a student from his school doing something like that is going to be a good representation for the school.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Winklevoss. Mr. Winklevoss, since you're on the subject of right and wrong, this action, this meeting, the two of you being here is wrong. It's not worthy of Harvard. It's not what Harvard saw in you. You don't get special treatment.
We never asked. Just start another project?
If
like,
you
like
have-
we're making a diorama for a science
If you have
fair?
a problem with that, Mr.
We
Winklevoss,
never asked for special
the courts
treatment.
are always at your disposal. Is there anything else I can do for
That's
you?
pretty crazy.
To be fair, the one guy that was working with him, Ben told them to sue, and they too busy trying to go to the school, look at the handbook.
You
got-
can't
just go
necessarily
right
be
to the
mad
court.
because
Just
they
sue 'em.
are. But this still happened on school grounds, so it makes sense to go through the school first because the school should escalate the issue.
But what he said makes sense. This is not affecting me. It's not affecting the school.
How did you feel the meetings went?
It went terribly.
Why?
Mark was asleep.
I was not asleep.
Can I rephrase my answer? I wish he'd been asleep.
So he's trying to make a case as to how Mark is not locked in at these meetings.
Basically. And how he's the one who really helped push this forward. Because whole time, Mark wasn't even trying to get it monetized. Remember, it was
At all.
Eduardo's idea to do that. So he's setting these meetings up, being the face front, the one speaking, making the Facebook actually become what it was, where Mark wasn't even really, you know, investing himself into it.
He's here.
Oh, okay, so that's who he went to meet with. You know what? I know what happened. I know why Eduardo don't like him.
And he told story after story about life in Silicon Valley and parties at Stanford, down in LA, and friends who become millionaires. But mostly how Mark had to come to California.
Yeah, it seemed like he desperate.
Yeah.
I see what Eduardo's saying. It seemed like he real desperate to join
Yeah.
in on them and see what's going on.
Because anything, he seemed like he'll do the same thing that Mark did. Join in, get his profit, and then leave.
You don't want to ruin it with ads because ads aren't cool.
Exactly.
It's like you're throwing the greatest party on campus and someone saying it's got to be over by 11.
That's exactly right.
He's saying exactly what he wants them to hear.
Yeah.
He picked up the check, he told Mark they'd talk again soon, and he was gone. But not before he made his biggest contribution to the company.
Drop the. Just Facebook. It's cleaner.
That was probably the only thing that he said was smart, because the Facebook was kind of, you know.
You know what sucks? It's kind of like those things where you work with a friend, partner, or a family or something like that, and then another random person comes in, tells you everything that your partner was trying to tell you, or your friend was trying to tell you, and you don't listen to them, you listen to the random person instead.
Yeah.
That hurts.
It does. And it's because Mark heard the $1 billion, heard the money, and it probably just had him, like, his mind started racing. Like, that's what he wanted.
You never did anything to embarrass the company or even seriously jeopardize it?
No.
No? You weren't?
This is not happening.
I have here an article from the Crimson.
Jesus Christ.
I can't have this,
Oh,
Wardo.
come on, man. This is bullshit. This is another club playing a prank. I'd gotten into the Phoenix. I'd been accepted, and as part of my initiation, I had to, for 1 week, carry with me at all times and take care of a chicken.
They don't care.
Yeah.
In court, they'll use anything.
Yeah.
They don't care if it's a joke. They don't care if it was initiation. They don't care what the reason it was. If you did it, you did it.
Yeah.
They'll use anything against you. Especially
Yeah.
good lawyers. They'll use anything
I mean, of
against
course.
you. Anything.
Anything digital footprint, they're going to use it.
Somebody's gonna have to answer for this.
969. And the dining hall was serving chicken for dinner, so I had to feed my chicken. So I took little pieces of chicken and I gave it to the chicken.
No, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. No, that I'm not gonna lie. That was kind of crazy. Forcing your no.
I mean, he didn't force.
Not
That's
forcing.
all he had.
Feeding your chicken is crazy.
Get on board with this, man. You know, I don't really know what else to say.
I mean, he don't claim like he was abusing the chicken. He wasn't.
You can see the you can see the separation slowly happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can see it happening.
Cause I think, just like you said, like if you're working with somebody and it's like you're not, that's like you not taking my advice, and then someone else come in and then you take their advice. Of course, it's gonna hurt.
Like not hearing anything you have to say.
Right. And not even like taking any consideration, you know?
I opened a new account, put $18,000 in it.
Welcome to Facebook.
I'm done. That's how he hired people. That's hilarious.
$18,000?
Yes.
In addition to the $1,000 you'd already put up.
Yes.
A total of $19,000 now.
Yes.
Hang on.
Where's he getting that money from?
After expressing misgivings about Mr. Zuckerberg taking the company and moving it to California for the summer, why did you put $18,000 in an account for his use?
I figured we were partners. I wanted to be a team player. I figured Mark, Dustin, and the new interns could work on the site while I was generating advertiser interest in New York. But mostly I figured, how much could possibly go wrong in 3 months?
So
Okay,
we're about to see the
yeah,
downfall.
Now, yeah, I was gonna say, now we're finally gonna see. Because he moves to California and Eduardo stays in New York.
Oh, that's where the money went. Yeah, because whose house is this?
So he bought this. So, okay, that's not where all the money went, because clearly the way his reaction of the chimney breaking didn't seem like it was an issue. So he must have bought this house.
Right, and now Sean is across the street, which does not make things better.
Right.
I didn't know you were gonna.
Here you go.
I don't know, wait.
This house and this team are great. It's exactly what it should be. I'm Sean Parker.
Oh, he's wired in.
That's what I'm talking about. Where's Eduardo?
He got an internship in New York.
Eduardo didn't come out.
And he loves that.
Right.
He loves it, and that's the
Because
problem.
now he see like he can manipulate him. Because he can tell when Eduardo was there, he was on the fence about everything. So him knowing that Eduardo isn't there now, he's gonna, you know, manipulate him.
I changed the music industry for better and for always. It may not have been good business, but it pissed a lot of people off. Isn't that what your face smash was about?
He's trying to connect with them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I get it. Bro, this is gonna be hard to edit with all this music.
Eduardo wants to be a businessman, and for all I know, he's gonna be a good one, but he shouldn't be in New York kissing Madison Avenue's ass.
he's like, I know, that's what I'm saying.
But clearly, I feel like whatever it is that he's telling him is gonna somehow be a facade or just be bad business, and Eduardo is gonna have to help him. Just a whole bunch of other stuff is gonna turn down in turmoil.
You're getting into 100 schools. I'll put you on 2 continents.
If you don't have a place to crash, I think you should definitely come and live with us.
Let's line up some shots.
Where is he getting all this money from?
You talking about Mark?
No, Sean.
I mean Sean, right? That's what I mean.
He homeless. Talking about I can put you in 2 continents. What type of connections do you have?
Technically he is, but I think, I don't know.
It's confusing.
Yeah. But then again, he said he lived right across from
He
Mark.
don't live right across. He was crashing at that girl's
You know,
place.
you're right.
He is broke.
Because he
Or
definitely
gives
did
off.
tell did tell that girls when he was at Stanford. He definitely did say like, oh, he don't even have money right now. He did say that. He's like, I'm Sean Parker, but I'm actually broke right now.
But maybe he still can help him get into 2 continents, but
Cause he's good with like how he communicates and try to get people on board. But other than that, you're right. We don't even know like his real lifestyle.
they lost. They suck. Dang, Harvard. You didn't even get the trophy.
It's not funny, but it's like, dang.
Right, because we're watching them and they lost. That sucks. That sucks, though. I can't lie.
I've been coming to Henley for 30 years, and I've never seen a race that close. Have you? Have you seen a race that close?
No, Your Highness.
Right, telling them that and they lost is like insane.
Brutally close.
May I introduce my teammates?
I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse us.
On to the Dutch.
Like the way they keep saying, oh, so close, like we lost, like, come on now.
I just had a phone chat with my daughter. She told me that she and her friends were already talking about the race, which they'd just seen via their computers. A new website called Facebook. Do you have this in America?
I'm gonna find your mother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they keep getting reminded, man. Facebook is becoming a thing.
We tried talking to him ourselves. We tried writing a letter. We tried the ad board, and we tried talking to the president of the university. Now, I am asking you for the last time. Let's take the considerable resources at our disposal and sue him in federal court.
That's what I was saying.
I mean, it's 2 against 1. Come on now.
That's what I was saying.
But I'm so surprised, like the other twin, he just doesn't want to do it.
Screw it. Let's gut the frickin' nerd. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, here we go.
But you know what's crazy too? They're also portraying like the plaintiffs as such, I guess, like really good people. Not saying anybody in here is inherently bad, but they're making their character come off like very innocent. Like,
Best served cold, it's best served immediately and relentlessly.
Oh, look who it is. Why is he in the rain? So
well, it's
dramatic.
raining outside.
He is a house guest living here rent-free on a very generous grant from the Eduardo Saverin Foundation.
I heard about your big ticket ad buys. Gary's tuxedos,
Hey, man.
Harvard bartending course. You're just a small step away from bagging Snooki's cookies. I can feel it.
You want to talk to me alone for a minute?
Sure.
To be fair, Eduardo is not wrong.
Of course he's not wrong, because he really is just living there, doing all these things where that was Eduardo's position.
Mark, Jesus, I quit the internship. We talked about this on the phone. I quit my first day.
I do remember you saying that. So how is Christy?
Are you serious? He told Sean he was at an internship.
Well, he technically was, but he
Quit though.
Without me knowing anything about...
You're in New York!
I'm in New York riding subways 14 hours a day trying to find advertisers.
And how's it going so far?
What did you mean get left behind?
What does that mean, Mark? What do you mean get left behind?
We know what that means.
I'd like to freeze this bank account and cancel all existing checks and lines of credit.
Oh, wow. Guys, we are so sorry. We had to do our last couple of scrolls on TikTok because as of right now, as we're recording this movie, they have banned TikTok. And I am not okay.
Hopefully Mark Zuckerberg, Instagram, and
make some new
Reels
updates
makes
to
updates.
the algorithm because I'm going to miss TikTok and it's just different. So bear with us. We are tuning back into the movie.
Patreon, let us know how y'all feel about the TikTok ban. YouTube, when you see this, if the TikTok ban is still there, let us know. If it's not, you get to skip past this part.
We're gonna start you off with a $500,000 investment. Now, let me ask you something. Who's Eduardo Saverin?
See? And that's where he messes up because even in that moment, he could have did something good, but he probably did something bad.
Why does your status say single on your Facebook page?
Oh, his status says single on Facebook.
You froze our account?
I did.
You froze the account.
I had to get your attention, Mark.
Do you realize that you jeopardized the entire company? Do you realize that your actions could have permanently destroyed everything I've been working on?
We have been working on.
Without money, the site can't function. Okay, let me tell you the difference between Facebook and everybody else. We don't crash ever. Don't you get that? I am not going back to the Caribbean night at AE Pie.
Holy shit!
What?
Oh, why is she doing that?
What is it? Peter Thiel just made an angel investment of $500,000. What? They need your signature on some documents, so you gotta get your ass on the first flight back to San Francisco. I need my CFO.
Nice.
Okay.
So he did make the right decision.
Yeah, but we gotta see what is he gonna sign on those documents. You never know. There could always be a twist to that.
Yeah, it could be a twist once he gets there. You're right.
Word up?
Ah!
You're going back there already?
Yes.
You just lit a fire in my...
And also, I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah, you crazy. Like, what are you lighting fires? And like, that's so... No,
But
that's...
then again, he should never ignore those 47 texts.
Yes, but I'm never going to agree with someone lighting a fire
that is...
in a place like that. Unacceptable.
Dustin Moskowitz owns 6.81%, Sean Parker 6.47%.
That's what
Can live with that.
And
Bro,
Peter
I was
Thiel,
about to say, but that's not... Huh?
Peter Thiel, 7%. That's the person who's investing.
Like to use my pen?
Okay. That's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not the end.
That's
but it's
not
all
the
about
end of
can
the
you
world.
trust everybody who's going to be a part of your company.
Counsel, and when you signed these documents, were you aware that you were signing your own death certificate?
No.
Yep, exactly like I said.
It was insanely stupid of me not to have my own lawyers look over all the... In all honesty, I thought they were my lawyers.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Right.
He don't know what he was signing.
So I went to California, and I went straight to the new offices. I didn't know whether to dress for the party or for the business meeting, so I kind of dressed for both. But it didn't matter,
Why not?
because I wasn't called out there for either one.
What were you called out there for?
An ambush.
Yep, I guess they're about to tell him, like, he's out the company.
Mr. Sav.
Is it a cut in his pay?
I think it has something. Him probably not being CFO anymore. Something.
He's wired in.
Is he?
Yes.
How about now? You're still wired in?
Full security.
You issued 24 million new shares of stock.
You were told that if new investors
How
came
much
along...
were your shares diluted? How much were his?
What was Mr. Zuckerberg's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Mr. Moskowitz's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Sean Parker's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
What was Peter Thiel's ownership share diluted down to?
It wasn't.
And what was your ownership share diluted down to?
0.03%.
Wow. That is crazy.
Understandable crash out.
That's what I was saying. Because I was trying to understand why he was sued for $600 million, but it makes sense now.
I would have crashed out too.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Are you crazy? Mark!
Yeah.
No. Now you're disrespecting me.
Yeah.
That was disrespectful to lower only keep mine down there. And everybody else is
It's not even just that. They put his down all the way.
Never.
0.3?
Never.
What is 0.3?
That's disrespectful, Mark. After I'm the one that was there for you day one. That was disrespectful. Don't make me get up again. That was really rude. That was really rude.
No, that is
Because we're talking about
crazy.
big money. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
Dang. Dang.
And Sean is getting on my nerves. Like,
I'm ignoring him.
Here's your $19,000. I wouldn't cash it though. I drew it on the account you froze.
I like standing next to you, Sean. Makes me look so tough.
Now that was, I'm not gonna lie, he gained some aura points for that.
Yeah.
That was tough, because he really did make him flinch bad. That's crazy. This whole movie led up to this moment.
Yup.
And it was kind of worth it.
It was.
I kind of like the build up, even though it was hard to get on at first.
I spend hours watching what people do when they log on. How they
Interesting.
Do you think Sean set that up?
Great. No. Oh, you know what? Maybe he did, because he's not doing nothing.
I think something's going on downstairs.
Oh no, I don't think he know.
All good.
He didn't know.
It's the cops.
Yeah, such a good plan, Sean. Such a good plan.
How old are you?
21.
21?
21. I'm 21.
Lying only makes it worse.
Right, everybody's 21.
Right. He's about to go to jail and put his company at risk. Getting caught doing cocaine.
Listen, something's happened.
That was such a good visual representation of things falling apart. The
Yeah.
light turning off behind him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. And he's probably just now realizing, like, you know.
Go home, Sean.
I don't know why it took him this long to realize. Bro, you picked up a homeless man off the street.
Basically.
I don't care what he was.
And that's not who he is. Saying like I'm yeah.
That was a good pickup. That's because that's not who he is.
Cy and the others are having a stake on University Avenue. Then they'll come back up to the office and start working on a settlement agreement to present to you.
They're gonna settle.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
So that these guys sign a non-disclosure agreement. They say one unflattering word about you in public, you own their wife and kids.
I invented Facebook.
I'm talking about a jury.
She's not lying though.
I'm telling you,
It does
lawyers can get you to believe
that
anything.
does make sense that they settle, because just like she said, they settle. None of this goes public.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody stays happy. You know,
In
basically.
the scheme of things, it's a speeding ticket. That's what Cy will tell you tomorrow.
Do you think anybody would mind if I stayed and used the computer for a minute?
I can't imagine it would be a problem.
Thanks.
No, that is smart. There wouldn't be no point of just going to jury at all, because then all the facts and stuff is going to come out about the case. When
You're not an asshole, Mark. You're just trying so hard to be.
Ha! Wait, that was crazy. Maybe he does try to be kind of like one.
Like what?
An a-hole.
He sometimes tried to, but then it's like you see the nice side of him. Cause you saw when Sean was doing that thing to Eduardo, he didn't like that, you know? He has a sensible side to him, but it's like he likes to use like the a-hole side as a mask. And he's still thinking about Erica. I guess love is always the center of things. Because we really like somebody. But she made a Facebook account. That must mean something.
That's good enough for me. I'll take that any day.
Cameron, they took 65. Okay.
I'll take that any day. Hey, I'll take that any day. And they won another. They placed 6.
Well, they got in 6th place.
They got in 6th place. Well, at least some people never get to go to the Olympics. Ever.
I know.
So that's a W for both parties. Another W. A super quadruple W. Infinity aura.
Yeah.
All my respect goes to Mark, because even though he tried to be a-hole or claimed to be one and stuff like that, you cannot take away from what he created at the end of the day. or what he strived to create.
And he still ended out paying the people who was a part of it. But I guess it is true. Maybe he probably really did steal another person's idea and all that. But I think so based on the movie, I think the movie was great in my opinion. I like the way, like I was like fully invested. Like I didn't feel bored at any moment, which I do like because that also makes me feel like good. I'm very involved. I didn't get tired or bored.
And you want to know why that?
Because it's a good movie.
Because they got you. Well, this is how I felt. For me, at first it was confusing. Yeah. But then the switching back and forth kept me engaged because they kept switching it. If that makes sense.
That is true.
That keeps someone interested. Because if it was just going on to one storyline, to a build-up, okay, but it kept hinting towards something, keeping you wondering what's gonna get to that point. Such a good movie. Shout out to whoever directed this. I didn't really see who directed it, but shout out to this. No wonder it won 3 Oscars. Very good movie. Very good actors.
Yeah, I think the actors was good. Yeah.
And hopefully, speaking of social networks, TikTok will be restored.
Yeah, because
Patreon.
It's also think about it like this. You know, the person who owns TikTok, they shouldn't have to sell their company. They shouldn't have to sell TikTok.
Let's not get into that.
Okay, but all I'm saying is, you know, clearly since we just watched this movie, now I do want to do a little bit more research on Mark Zuckerberg because you know, the way they portrayed him in this movie, I feel like they still gave him some type of like light because at the end of it all, he did agree to settle. He did pay people out. And, you know, like I said, even with Eduardo, I will hope like they worked all of this stuff out, like even like friendship wise, because, you know, that really was like an a-hole move. But I feel like the movie also only portrayed like his life around Facebook and not like his outside life. So that's like another thing too. Like we don't even know much about like where he came from, his family, anything like that. All we know is like him from this point of view of like how Facebook came to be. But overall, it was a really good movie. So yeah.
And we will see y'all
on the next one.
Perfect.